What's up, everybody, and welcome to my SmackDown review. A lot of things going on in the show tonight. I am a little bit late on this review. Had to do some updates on my computer and whatnot, so I am a little bit later on this, probably about an hour or two after the show tonight. And there is some things to talk about SmackDown into the build of SummerSlam and whatnot. But we do kick it off with a recap of the Retribution pretty much group from last week on SmackDown tearing up everything, and on Monday Night Raw throwing cinder blocks after they already threw one through a window and still threw another one for some reason. Pretty much how they showed them destroying everything. They had security with these two discount Young Buck guys at the beginning of the show outside the Performance Center, as there were some other security guards still surrounded the ring and everything. Some of them. We were going to kick off with a match between Big E and John Morrison. Big E did like a small promo, pretty much talk about how he's been NXT champion, former Intercontinental champion, and it's time to do things on his own now. But before they could even really get into the match, basically all the Retribution guys, more of them this week, it looked like it was at least 10 of them out there that came out, and they surrounded the ring. Some still think one that's a woman, that was Vanessa Bourne out there. But basically they came in, they beat up Big E and John Morrison. Michael Cole and Corey Graves pretty much headed for the hills, then getting out of Dodge. And I know one dude hit this big spear on them, but these guys were a little bit bigger though this time. So I don't know if they listened after what happened last week, where everybody called these Retribution guys these 4-foot midgets and whatnot out there, thinking they could come out and beat up everybody. So at least some of these guys looked like they were had some size on them this time to, pretty much look like they could do some damage. But they did beat up Miz and they beat up Morrison and Big E out there, pretty much leaving them on the ground. Miz pretty much came out to come check on his friend as they went to commercial then. But then they pretty much went back and checked on him then later on. Which, Miz said he didn't make it out there because he was talking to his wife. But as Big E and other wrestlers were pretty much hanging around and whatnot, figuring, what are we going to do? What's going to go on right here? How do we handle this Retribution group and whatnot? Pretty much... Who was it? Big E talked about how, I guess, the Foot Clan, what from TMNT tried to attack Corbin. Think he kind of knew what to do when he stepped into the room, saying, he has a plan to take down all these Retribution guys and whatnot. But obviously, nobody's really going to listen to Baron Corbin and everything. Now, he tried to blame Big E because him and his Twitter, you pretty much went on and tried to talk about these guys. So you caused this and whatnot. But next thing you know, pretty much after the whole Foot Clan thing, Big E went on his speech how they were going to take these guys out. We're not going to back down, and he's still going to be Morrison tonight. He doesn't care who these guys are. We're still going to do this match. We're not going to hide. We're going to run and fight. Sheamus pretty much says, "Oh, that was a great speech you had right there. I got goosebumps and everything, because no one's going to get me and everything." Basically, Sheamus is dressed as a little bar outfit right there, ready to fight and everything. And, he called Big E, he's vulnerable, he's scared and everything. And those Retribution guys, they smell fear, and that's what's on them. Sheamus, pretty much talked about Gableton, how he's going to get him tonight since, he messed up the whole bounty thing last week. And pretty much he said these Retribution guys wouldn't dare try to touch me tonight or take me out. As Big E says, I'm not going to be alone, as pretty much half the roster walked with Big E, and Sheamus was still pretty much standing there. Now, there is one thing to talk about that I saw they brought up on commentary tonight, that SmackDown's not going to be in the Performance Center, that they're going to be on a different location next week. Now, I know there's been some rumors and everything, and I think today that one of the WWE production trucks were outside the Amway Center and arena, so I think they may be doing an empty arena, maybe 20,000 seats. I don't think they're going to let fans in there. I don't know what's going on with the case. It's not like, I can't say that you can't really trust WWE ever since they've been having so many cases with the virus. I think some new ones happened. I've read today. I'm not really sure. It could have been a fake article for what I know, but we've kind of known WWE's track history of how they've handled the virus lately, and it's not really been good at the Performance Center. I don't know if they are going to go to arena, because I heard that was going to be the plan for SummerSlam, or they were going to go to a boat. I don't know what's the plan for SummerSlam, but I still think it's going to be in the Performance Center. I'm not really sure, but according to Cole, they're supposed to be going somewhere different next week. So we'll see what comes from that, but I don't know. I'm not really sure if they're really gonna make this work if they go to a different building other than the performance center. Because I've seen people say, "Well, I'm tired of performance center." Well, that's where we gotta be. That's like every other wrestling show. They gotta be in one place most of the time right now. You can't really go nowhere. But they then went to Bayley and Sasha as they were in the ring, pretty much calling everyone fools and talking about this whole battle royale tonight, that they have all the gold right now, nobody can stop them. And Sasha pretty much talked about her match with Asuka coming up at SummerSlam. And, she's going to have to defend her title, but she's still going to beat Asuka, though. And, Stephanie McMahon thinks she can hold them down, but that's not going to happen. And, we've done it all. Champions being on commentary and everything. Now we're going to be ring announcers. So Greg Hamilton, get out the way, as they called out some of the people that are going to be in this battle royale from all of Raw, SmackDown, and NXT. As soon as Asuka came out, though, she attacked Sasha as they had a brawl going to the outside. Now, there were a lot of women from these in this battle royale from let's see, NXT, Tegan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart, Iconics, I guess Riot Squad, Naomi, Bianca Belair, several others. And I will say something about this battle royale. Maybe one of the best things on here, because actually someone told a lot of stories that are being involved in this match from the Iconics and Riot Squad brawling with each other, knocking themselves out of the ring, going at it. Dana Brooke pretty much going through the ropes, staying out of dodge and everything. Nikki Cross, pretty much, attacking Dana out there, leaving her on the ground so we don't see her for a while. Then I think Bianca, who is it? Bianca that took out Nikki Cross then out the ring? Yeah, I think that was it. Or Tamina hit a super kick on her after pretty much no selling. Yeah, Tamina no sold Nikki Cross out there and pretty much knocked her onto the ground then. Even Bianca and Tamina almost had a good go around right there. Of course, Bianca using her strength to even pick up Tamina and throw her to the outside of the ring. So that was actually pretty brutal when that happened. Not bad at all. Lacey Evans, of course, hitting a woman's right on Naomi to knock her outside of the ring until Shotzi Blackheart was able to get her off then. But Lacey Evans ended up pulling her out of the ring then after she got eliminated by Blackheart. Bianca was then going for Tegan Nox, but Tegan Nox ended up knocking Bianca out of the ring since I think they were getting to the final 4-3, but I think it was between Tegan Nox, Asuka, and Shayna Baszler. Then right after that, Tegan Nox pretty much going in like a house of fire, pretty much hitting every move she could on both of them, but Shayna ended up pretty much getting out of Tegan's finisher and pretty much knocking her off the apron then, and then it became Asuka and Shayna Baszler that was left. This was pretty good, I'll say that. Asuka was able to also take out Sasha and Bayley as they tried to get involved and pretty much kicking both of them to the ground. But when Shayna Baszler hit a big knee on Asuka, Asuka actually landed on both of Sasha and Bayley's back, so she never hit her feet on the ground, was still in the ring, and ended up pulling Shayna Baszler to the outside of the ring, winning the match. And now Asuka, I guess, will be doing double duty at SummerSlam now against both Sasha and Bayley for both the Raw and SmackDown Women's title. Now, I know there's been a lot of debate tonight. The idea, some people think it'll be a triple threat match and they will unify both the championships. I don't know if they'll make it into one belt. I'm not really sure about they need to make it into one belt. I don't know, but I guess we'll see. I think it's still just going to be a triple threat for both titles, and we'll get some double champion by the end of the night. But, the Battle Royale was not bad. Like I said, it was a lot of multiple stories, some different feuds of the shows on there. So at least they kind of told some story of whoever was in a feud right now. And it wasn't that bad of a match, I will say that. I was just actually surprised Asuka won to even get more of a double champion thing going on. So like I said, she's working, doing both SmackDown and Raw, so we just seen her beat Bayley the other night, so now he's going for Bayley for her women's championship now. So that's going to be the thing that's next. Bayley and Sasha were pretty much pissed off backstage, and they don't know what to do about this, that we shouldn't be freaking out, and she said Bayley's got this and everything. This is important this time. Yeah, it's for the championship. Which you're probably seeing now, the tension maybe a little between Sasha and Bayley. So they could be breaking up soon, because even if they lose the titles at SummerSlam, they still got to defend those tag belts at Payback, which I'm surprised I already talking about a pay-per-view that's next after here. So we'll see what happens from that. But yeah, it looks like the tension is continuing as Asuka attacked both of them in the back, leaving them on the ground. Then after. Next, Nikki Cross, I guess, was in the back doing something until she saw Alexa Bliss trying to apologize for leaving her out there. She says she's okay, but she says there's some things she's got to take care of somewhere else. Sheamus went against Shorty G right there, Chad Gable, whatever you want to call him. Match was okay for what it was. I'll say that. You kind of figured Sheamus was going to win. It was only like 3 minutes out there. Sheamus got the bro kick, so you figured he was going to beat Shorty G, folks. Shorty freaking G out there, okay? So that's what we got, Shorty G and Sheamus. Next, TNA Originals, AJ Styles and Abyss, or I should say, making his SmackDown debut, the Chicago lawyer himself, formerly known of Esquire, what was it Esquire, Park Productions, or what was it, the Esquire firm, the hip young Chicago lawyer himself, Joseph Park, making his SmackDown debut, formerly known as Abyss. So yeah, you got 2 TNA legends in the ring right now, okay? I like Joseph Park. I know they're not going to use Abyss, but we all know Abyss is like a producer in the back nowadays, so it was actually good to see him make his debut. I'm like, hey, Joseph Park's making his debut on SmackDown? Okay, cool. You got 2 TNA legends on here. Originals, I should say, doing this segment. So, yeah, Joseph Park making his WWE debut right here, folks. As he was in the back holding a board and everything, AJ Styles came out to talk about everything that's going on. And all, from Retribution and how everything's going with his Intercontinental Championship right now. Talking about Daniel Bryan wants to talk about him. And, the champ needs to be a fighting champ. But AJ pretty much, wondered, he's been a fighting champ. He's had to face Riddle. He's had to face Grand Metalik and everything. He's beating all these guys right now. And why do I need to keep doing this? And people want to talk about stats and everything like a bunch of nerds and everything. And, you want to look at baseball and football and how they all look at stats and whatnot. But let's look at the stats right now for himself about the Intercontinental Championship. That is the phenomenal Intercontinental statistic system that AJ Styles has. And, we're going to be figuring out who is next in line for a championship as he took his name right there that was off the sheet of the board, which had him on it as Intercontinental Champion. And then, let's see who else is on the board that can face me. Nobody, is AJ Styles laughed in. No one has earned the right to face him for the Intercontinental Championship. Jeff Hardy came out there and pretty much told AJ Styles, like, listen, I was supposed to be in a tournament and everything for that Intercontinental title, but there were some problems. We all know that with Sheamus, so he never got to even be in the tournament because he was taken out. But since Jeff is now done with that problem, like I said before, he never got a chance to go for that Intercontinental Championship in that tournament, so he wants his chance now. And AJ pretty much says, listen, I respect you and everything. I know you got a lot to go through. He feels you, and, everybody want to see that match. It sounds mega cool, okay? And you settled your problems with Sheamus, and you getting a title shot right now. Hell no, he said. And he says, what do you think this is? How you think you just come out here and face me? You haven't earned it, okay? Jeff Hardy ended up attacking AJ Styles and with a twist of fate and putting his own signature into that white board right there. Then after having Jeff Hardy draws not Jeff Hardy, but AJ was pissed in, couldn't even get the name out because it was permanent marker. So very hard to knock that out. As Joseph Park didn't really know what to do but stand there. Then next. But next, Cesaro and Nakamura were talking in the back. For some reason, Lucha House probably tried to steal the tag titles. Makes no sense when they can see them. We didn't get Nakamura versus Grand Metalik, which was an okay match. I will say that Nakamura ended up hitting with the Kinshasa for, if he was going to go for the win and everything with that. But next thing you know, not Nakamura, but Grand Metalik ended up dodging. And the music hit again as Nakamura was going to go for the Kinshasa. And who do we get? We got the return of Kalisto. We haven't seen Kalisto in a very, very long time. I don't remember the last time he was on TV, especially during this whole virus. We've only gotten 2 members of the Lucha House Party, but Kalisto came for the save. Pretty much him and Dorado ended up taking out Cesaro as Cesaro as Metalik and I'm getting the win over Nakamura with another roll-up. So, yes, Kalisto is back in the fold now, so we'll see what happens with him. But, yes, Kalisto is back. Matt Riddle is in the back. Pretty much talked about everything's cool. Wants to go after Corbin and have a bro down and everything, but Corbin somehow keeps getting away. He's a royal pain. But, Shorty G came out, pretty much says, listen, you have to explain yourself and everything, and, you need to do that. It was money on the line. I guess he got, poisoned by Corbin, I should say, after that. And I wasn't trying to hurt you and everything, but next thing you know, I guess Riddle wasn't looking at Corbin to protect him from behind. Pretty much taking out Riddle. Then as Gable looked like he didn't really knew what to do while standing right there. Okay? Pretty much leave him on the ground. Alexa Bliss then had a sit-down interview with somebody, pretty much talking about how her and Strowman were a team, to what's been going on in a few weeks, and, she's hung with the monster, so now she knows how he works, and, pretty much after happened everything with her, with the Fiend attacking her too, as she didn't really answer that, and just looked off into the distance then. But, she just wondered if Strowman was even still on her side, that they were friends and whatnot, but they don't know what's going on with that anymore. Mandy Rose actually cut a good promo. Not bad, pretty much talking about Sonya Deville. She kind of have a new haircut and everything. And talk about how she thinks that she didn't do anything just again. WWE had a waltz, and she's had stuff like that before, but she talked about winning the bikini contest while working 3 jobs and going through college and everything. And talk about she's going to beat Sonya Deville next time she sees her, as Deville did respond to that challenge. And basically now at SummerSlam, it's going to be a hair versus hair match between Deville and Rose. So we haven't seen those in a very long time when it comes to a hair versus hair match. So we'll see what comes from that. That should be good between both of those, depending on how this feud's going to work. I haven't been mad at the feud. I feel like it was kind of off and on sometimes. Sometimes I like it, sometimes I don't. I feel like Deville has improved a lot. Mandy Rose, not so sure about that. But it wasn't really bad promos. I'm just not sure if hopefully this hair versus hair match will work, though. But next thing you know, we got the rematch between Big E and John Morrison. But as the entire roster was out there watching, they basically showed these Retribution guys. I guess they entered the building somehow, 15 of them. They beat up all these referees, discount securities, and locked somebody in the bathroom then, as they're beating them up stuff, tearing up everything, spray painting stuff. Like I said, I've heard the similarities to Antifa and everything. People have compared they've compared this Retribution group too, so I've seen a lot of comparisons about that. Which, like I said, the damage they did looked very kind of mediocre, if you ask me. Wasn't really enough destruction. Come on, honestly, the destruction over here with the looting and everything in Chicago the other day, now that was a lot of destruction, okay? I'll say one thing, niggas did mobilize, though. They did mobilize. They mobilized a lot the other day. Not say it was the best idea, it was right, but at least they had a plan and did not F up their own neighborhood, and I guess they went where the money was at. So, yeah, a lot more riot and looting over here in Chicago. Okay, what do you want me to say? But, didn't say it was right, but at least folks had a plan this time than what it was last time. But I guess that was throughout most of the entire match between Big E and Morrison. Morrison ended up winning with the stretch muffler onto, not Morrison, but Big E ended up winning with the stretch muffler onto Morrison, getting the win over him then. As, Miz on commentary went to check Morrison, but Sheamus came out of nowhere then. I know Otis was out there too, but like I said, not Morrison, but what was I going to say about... Like I said, Big E won with the stretch muffler onto John Morrison. So after that, Sheamus came out and kicked Big E on the ground as he walked off. And then next thing you know, Braun Strowman comes out. Braun Strowman, who is now bald, sporting a new haircut now, it looks like, as he came out and says, when he came from that swamp, he said he's going to be the most evil son of a bitch to come back. And that he is right now, this new bald Strowman and everything. And, Braun pretty much says he wanted the Fiend. And you'll never see him coming at SummerSlam. And he said it's going to be different when he left that swamp. And now that he is, and he's bald, he's going to eviscerate him and consume his entrails. So apparently Braun Strowman may be a cannibal at this point. Alexa Bliss came out there and pretty much tried to snap some sense into him after that. Like, why won't you look at me? I'm trying to talk to you and whatnot. And this isn't the Braun I knew before. Like, why don't you care anymore? Whatnot? What happened? And Bliss, Bliss said he doesn't believe what this new Strowman is. Said we've been friends for years, but Braun says you played me like a puppet. We're not doing any singing in the cars no more. Me acting like a clown or pulling on my beard and whatnot. Okay, that's over. But Braun wouldn't look at her. Pretty much Bliss says, "Look at me, all right? I'm trying to talk to you, all right?" But Braun pretty much says either say something or get out my ring. Nothing, because every person that's been around the Fiend, they change, including you, Alexa. You change. Now get out. And then pretty much Alexa says, okay, that's how you want it, but be careful what you wish for. So if I can't talk some sense to you, I got to slap some into you. So she repeatedly slaps Strowman several times as he laughs. Next, Strowman picks her up in military press style. Look like he's going to throw her out the ring, but Wyatt's music the lights keep going out several times. And when the lights go black all the way, I know Strowman ended up dropping Alexa Bliss, but when the lights came on, she's on the ground. Fiend is in the ring as Strowman shows up on the screen, laughing and laughing and laughing. So who is the heel out of this now? Because it almost looked like they were trying to make Strowman turn heel or something that's going on with this. Because I don't know if people like the Fiend, because the Fiend is heel, but now he's beating up Alexa Bliss and turning on her, and now he's bald and everything. Last week I called him Batman. This week he is now the Batman who laughs. That's look like what he's turned into now. He was the Batman last week. Now he is the Batman who laughs. Okay? I just wanted to clarify that for you if you understand what that meaning means. All right? But I don't know where they're going for Strowman with this. So it's like now they're trying to make him like this heel, I think. Like he's not a face anymore, but it's like he's transforming to this darker version of him, and now he doesn't want anything to do with Bliss. He's bald. So I don't know. Just military pressing people. Now he's playing mind games with Wyatt. So it's almost like I'm going to say it's a double turn. They're trying to make Wyatt the face, but they're just almost making Strowman look heel out here tonight. That didn't make a lot of sense to me, okay? But overall, SmackDown was SmackDown. What can I really say from it that much? It was okay. I thought the Battle Royale was pretty good. That was somewhat enjoyable. That last part of the show, I'm not sure with the whole Strowman thing and whatnot. That's debatable how you want to take it. Retribution, like I said, we've seen more attacks from them, but we haven't figured anybody out yet. They're going to have to do more than just beat up stuff and spray paint everything. Like I said, I've already heard the comparisons to Antifa or whatever it is. But like I said, the people in my town did a way better job than breaking stuff around here than what they did on TV tonight. Okay? But, yeah, and I did enjoy the AJ and Joseph Park segment with Jeff Hardy, which I'm sure now next week they'll be fighting for that Intercontinental Championship, which I don't know why they would do that 2 days before SummerSlam next week. Just make the match at SummerSlam. Probably some DQ finish for all I know next week, and then the match will be at SummerSlam, so watch out for that. But that's all I can really say about SmackDown tonight. Follow me on Twitter at HoodedKnight890. Comment, subscribe, tell me what you think about the show. Check out any other past reviews that are online right now. So yeah, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys later. Peace. No, it's me, HDD. Come here to news and reviews. No, you know what I do. Show what I flow. Here I go, and it's going down. And now we are done with this review of SmackDown. So I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Peace out.